Good evening, my friends. Friday evening, it will be posted as usual in the morning, and it is 6:40 in Ukraine. 6:34. I know it's so hot, or a lot of bombs and so on. Nina's Corner Tarot will be with me from Nina's Corner Tarot. She will have a Zoom meeting with me on Sunday in the morning, so it will be posted right away. Thank you for letting me know how much you like her. I will be doing predictions about Ukraine, how everything will be kind of. If there will be a war in Poland, a lot of questions about that. How will be Trump New York criminal case be, if it will be successful under Alvin Bragg, and Remedies. And one, it will be more how to survive if they will disconnect power. Okay, I will start fast because I have so many. The last moment I just wrote this one. And Sue Barton, what is happening on to the protesters who are arrested in Russia? And I will be talking about this in a moment, so remember that card, because I don't know where it will end at, but somehow I saw that impression when I ask one question, so I will tell you which one. I'm spreading the cards, and Sue Barton asked, what's happened to the protesters that are arrested in Russia? 1,700 in one day was arrested, and there is a lot of protests going on around the world. Even the sports big fishes are writing on cameras, and they don't want war. I don't know what's happened in Russia exactly, because no one is talking about this, but I can tell you what's happened was when my friend in Poland was arrested in 1981. He was actually my youngest brother, best friend. They grew up like twins, walking everywhere together, going to school. They are adults in the late 50s, not late, but in the 50s. They are still best friends. Those guys are wonderful for each other. And that boy one day was watching protests from apartment. I didn't want to know if it was him or someone else above him. There were so many balconies, and someone threw a pot on the police. They came to every apartment in that building and pulled whoever they thought that it could be the guilty one. And he was 19. His name is Peter. And Peter ended up with the group of people from that place and another places, over 100 people. They were arrested, taken to the old train station. It could be more, I don't remember, but I remember that we were worried about him for over 2 days. He was not coming home. His only son, because his mother lost his sister. And I think he has a brother actually now. Later on he had probably a brother. But Peter was arrested, and they were like animals in one, like cows in a one room, big room, no seats to sit, nothing to lay on, just cement floor, or maybe terracotta, whatever, cold floor, no bathroom, nothing to drink. They were getting water, and they had to use the same cup everyone else was using. So big pot of water, you have to share it. If you want to go pee or poo, those people were creative. They put one table, that was only one table given to them and divided, so everyone will have a safe place to do the business. But the smell after 2.5 days, he said it was horrific. They felt like animals. No rights. No one came to. The first day they didn't get any food until late, very late in the night, bread. Next day just bread to. And everyone was, pulling part of bread. They didn't even give them any knives, anything. So they had to pull a piece of bread and chew. They survive. So, and then they couldn't charge anyone because in his case, no one was admitting that who was the guilty one. So they let them out. And yeah, I know that things like that happened. I don't know how it's in Russia. I don't think it's any better. I feel they are putting them like animals and treating them like animals. My husband, when he was coming from strike, they spread him with the water in December. It was -10. He had a not fur coat, it's like a ship coat inside was warm, so they sprayed him with the water and with the tear gas, and he was walking several kilometers back to home, stiffed. So those people are extremely brave when they are doing this. So thank you, Sue, for that question. Well, I will pull 3 cards, how they are treating them. They don't trust them, so they will have that in the papers. They can hurt the feelings, and they will be charged even at the courts. Here you have the answer. Thank you, guys. Guides. I'm always calling them guys. And there is unrest in Russia, all over the country. There were so many protesters. They will be afraid because they will know what the consequences are. And the young people, they have parents. Like if you are 17, your parents are hardly 40. And those parents are the ones who put the seats. So the country is not pro-Putin. They don't want that. They are very young. It's a younger generation. And Cheryl's my girlfriend. She said, in the past you said that Trump would turn a blind eye on Putin. Does Putin regret that not invading Ukraine earlier? And yeah, he was thinking, Putin thought that Trump for sure will win last elections. So he thought that he will have free pass. Even my uncle, today I talked with him and I asked, do you have candles? Do you have this? Do you have that? Because in Poland, they can be in jeopardy. And everyone I was talking from Poland today, from my family, everyone is afraid. They are seriously afraid. They know that there will be about 4 or 5 million Ukrainians may come to Poland. That's a lot of people. And she said, my sister-in-law said, but what we can do, we have to help them. We have to help them. So, and my uncle said, can you imagine what will happen if Trump will be re-elected? I said, I just said that the day before. So is Putin upset that he didn't do it earlier? He thought that he will be able to go to the top. Cheating card as well. He had this in his goals. He was sure that he will be successful even with or without him, but he's probably sorry that he didn't help him second time to Trump to cheat. But he couldn't. Good. So, how will Putin react to bring sanctioned to react to being sanctioned directly? And I saw, and you can do this to your, it's like those ships, the ship that was attacking those soldiers, that's kind of saying, just more polite way. So he feels that those sanctions don't mean too much to him. I don't feel that he is. Is he afraid about this? He thinks he can play and do it, thinking about making decisions. He feels safe. Angel of security. He feels safe. He's not sorry. I think the oligarchs are upset, but they can't say it because they can't. But they are probably behind his back, and they can't really connect with each other because the other one might come and tell someone or Putin. So they are so afraid about his power, but they are upset. Their kids are paying the price, not feeling free, traveling as they used to go shopping in Paris. Okay. Just Janice Sabotini. Do you think that 45 sold confidential information to Putin? And Patty Thomas, what with the paperwork that was found in Mar-a-Lago? Did no share? Okay, so those two people are asking about the same thing, and I don't think he sold to Putin. He gave it to him. But he sold to other countries like Turkey, probably Arabia, who knows what other countries. I'm trying to go fast because sometimes my device will not work and I'm so upset that time. He was giving them, he thought that they will love him, so he wanted, and they will know what the wonderful job he was doing. He was riding on 2 horses and thinking, I'm in control. So he was doing those things. Eva H. What is outcome of Ukraine? How long do you see the war is going? And I saw number 20, like 2 X's. So I think it might be 20 hours, 20 days, or 20 years, because I see the partisans being a big problem for Putin. He was not thinking how, and I said, I don't see big battles. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there will be big battles between army and Russians, but I see partisans, and that's worse. And now they are talking about those Molotov bottles that they will be throwing from balconies or whatever. So on long term, it will be a fiasco for Putin. So the question was, what outcome in Ukraine? That's what I'm feeling, that will happen. This card I saw when I was asked about Zelensky. So, Angel of Swords, Angel of Protections against, because Russia is the security one, but people will love the country. people will be fighting behind because they love that might be Ukraine. They want security for Ukraine, so they will be fighting. Angels will be helping them to fight. And we'll put that card over here. Ami 1. Do you see this turning into a larger war involving NATO and the USA? And I saw like pouring oil to the fire, and it's huge splash. And it's like Nostradamus said, the next war, World War, it will be started by a blonde guy with blue eyes. And it could be him. I believe it is very much possible that that's what he can start. I was reminded today by my friend, and so I thought, yes, that was the way Nostradamus was describing. There will be some secrets that we will be learning later. All the countries will be reunited, family reunion. So they will be going like a winners united, and there will be one leader who will be guiding them. So they will have to stand up against Mr. P. Tatiana Solo, thank you, Tatiana. How will the imposed sanction affect Russian economy with Russian people turn on Putin? And I believe they are already boiling. They are already upset. And so. Russian people are very feisty, and they like to fight. They never had inside enemy like that. But it looks like those protesters are showing us that the country is united on that front, that the younger generation is showing how much they feel like fighting, and not everyone, half will be. Some of them will be observing, and some will be trying to negotiate with the devil. So some people will be very upset, and some will be, but there will be not the whole country. I'm sorry. Shuba Rose, 44. Will the power grid be hit in other countries by Putin? And that's what I'm worried about. When we had martial law, every day for a few hours we will lose the power. And very often water as well. So I was calling my sister-in-law and I was asking her, do you have candles? Why would I need candles? I said, you better have them. She survived martial law, but her mother was the one who was always watching over her. So I said, you better have them. Your mom is gone and you need to have them. Okay, I will do it. I said, and buy rice, I buy canned food and so on. So I was giving her those advices. I asked my uncle, who is 82, and he said, what do you think? I survived, he was a baby. First, Second War and martial law. I know how to be prepared. So he gave me a cold water. Okay. But another thing about surviving when you don't have a power, I collect crystal balls. And I like to keep them in something like that, just for display. You can put the candle under, and when you need to warm something, you can put the water in the can from beer, from soda, warm it up. It will warm very fast. Just don't hold by your hands. Just ask. You can have something like this even in your car when you are stuck on a highway and shortage of gas or whatever, and it's so cold. You can warm up something in the that way in the car and feel warm. Just advice, and that will be like one of my remedies advices. And there is nothing wrong with this, and there will be shortage, and it like it was in Texas last year. So you have to have something like this to warm baby's formula, or for yourself some tea so you can drink medication, whatever. There will be on and off Wheel of Fortune. And that was what we were experiencing. So they want people to be afraid. They want people to be depressed. They want people to be worried. And they want people to think that it will be best for them with Russia. So they will be doing that to Ukraine, I bet. Okay. Barbara Gregg is asking about the constitutive agent in microwave technology causing the Havana syndrome, which affects people who having dizziness, headaches, hearing, and sight problems. Who is responsible for this type of audio wave warfare? And I said those countries who don't have those, they don't experience that. Their people are not vulnerable to this, or very small amounts, so they can claim it, but they are not real. So you have to understand, Russia and China, they don't complain about this. I will pull the cards, and they have the technology, apparently. Playing the devil game, making those decisions good for them, and they want people to suffer, creating problems in the family because those people feel very vulnerable. Morias, will Zelensky be safe? And that's when I saw this as an answer. So, in my vision, angel is symbol of angel. That angel is symbol of fighting, of protection. But it can be as well going to the angels. So I'm not going to speculate about this. I don't want you to worry about him too much, and I hope he will be safe. He is doing now what he can do. He should have done more things before. I was a little bit harsh on him because I thought he should warn people to buy whatever I was telling my sister-in-law, to have gasoline so you can travel, medication, because the stores will be closed, and the stores are closed. Only few are open, and the lineups are horrific. He will be strong. He will be right now a good leader that the country needs. He will have a power, and then he will have to be very, very cautious, what to do, what not to do. So he might be eventually running to Poland. Biden said that Putin is now not going to stop on Ukraine. And I said that he will go after Moldavia, Belarus, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. So I said that before, and today Biden was saying those words. He didn't say after what countries, but I'm saying. Alexis, will Trump taxes Freud case in New York continue and be successful? The two lead prosecutors just resigned. That's so fishy. that they were not even showing the documents for 1 month to the grand jury. And they resigned because Alvin Bragg wasn't supporting this criminal case, and he's new on the job. Is he honest or influenced by Trump? And when I closed my eyes, I saw a frozen window. When the windows are old, they don't give you security. We changed them, but the last year we had to kind of not being able to see too much because they were so frozen, especially in the kitchen. That's symbol on not feeling secure. Frozen is not protected. He might be afraid of what Trump said, that he will cause riots all over the country if he will be arrested or if they will try to arrest him. So I think Alvin Bragg is maybe someone, and then I saw that the moon through that kind of window. So it's symbol of secrets. He might be afraid that someone knows some secrets about him. I will see what the cards are saying. He will try to do a good job, but then he don't want to be upset with King of Money, which is Trump, real estate guy. He wants to be a star, so there is a mixed feelings, but he is not feeling secure enough about his position. I will leave this one. Okay, this one I already answered. Okay, this. Okay. Okay, and Ami asked what I use to bleach my hair. I use L'Oreal Paris from Blondissima. It has a cap. I'm reusing the same cap, so I'm putting the stripes and I'm making huge holes, so it's easy for me to pull them. And that way I'm not making a new one, so that way you can see the darkness, and it's protecting your scalp from touching the bleach to the scalp, because that way it's easy to lose your hair. So I'm just using that thing. Alexis, she's okay. And about acid reflux, that's my remedy. And a lot of people have acid reflux, and I was thinking, take a Tums and you will be fine. But apparently that's the worst thing I can take on the long run, because the Tums, it's kind of neutralizer, and your stomach needs acid. When you don't have enough acid, that's when you have the acid reflux. I told my sister-in-law today, because she asked, what advice you can give me about this? I said, don't drink this in the evening, just drink this in the morning. And what I'm using, apple cider, 1 spoon of apple cider, 3/4 of warm water. Drink this through the straw, so your teeth are not, because it will take the glossy stuff from your teeth. So don't drink straight, just put the straw a little bit further and drink, and then rinse with the water as soon as possible, so you don't lose the protection on your teeth. Apple cider, I'm using the raw one, but you can probably, I don't know which ones are available in your country. I'm using Bragg, Bragg. But you can use whatever. Drink this in the morning, because if you have acid reflux and you will drink in the night, that's when the acid is the worst. So, and drink, and when you are sleeping, don't sleep completely flat, put a little bit up, and that's supposed to help you. You can add for the taste even honey, but I never thought that that's why. If you don't have enough acid in your stomach, then you will have acid reflux. People were asking me about how to donate to Ukraine. When we had martial law, a lot of countries were donating through their churches. And they were wonderful to distribute for people, and especially when I needed Milupa for my. I was breastfeeding him for 9 months, but it was never enough for him. And there was nothing like that on the market. So they were bringing a lot of those baby foods and Milupa. Yes, I was going there because I couldn't. And I was giving donation as well. So that way someone else was getting benefits, but I needed something for my baby. And but people were donating clothes, donating everything. And a lot of parcels were coming from the West through the churches. But you can, because they have this, oh boy. But you will find out what the churches are existing in Ukraine, Orthodox churches. So you have to donate through those churches, not the Catholic ones. But as well, check on Google how you can donate money. Okay, I want to do the prayers for peace, for safety, for Zelensky. I might be upset with him that he didn't do the job at the beginning, but at least now he pulled himself and he is fighting, and that's what we have to accept, that he is standing up for his country and he is a good leader now. I want you to send the best love and peace, and that Russian soldiers wouldn't have ability to shoot those people, that they will be kind of feeling uncomfortable to do it. So they will not obey the rules. We have to pray for the good hearts of those soldiers, that because I don't think they want to. They have to obey the rules. But they might aiming a little bit differently than they supposed to. So I just want every one of those people in Ukraine be safe. So many there was a lot of couples who were running, and then by the border they turned the men's back because the mobilization is full gear now. So they have to go back and learn how to shoot, the last minute. Now it's a little bit too late, but at least they will be feisty and eager to fight. And I know that those people are very much, they love the country. There is no doubt that they love the country. But Putin is surprised. He thought that he will be a good leader for them, but he is not. Okay, I will let you go. Somehow you didn't stop. Bye-bye.